Alright, and now we're gonna continue. So, now we can actually go to Glaven Basin, because now we are actually done with everything here. So this is the moment I was waiting for. I was really hoping you would be here during this part of the game, Pete, so I'm glad you were here. Oh, skip time. I knew it!
You said you'd fill in for Dezel, right?
A man never goes back on his word. Well, unless it's with the ladies.
But can you really do it?
Oh ho ho! You doubt me, huh? Come on, you've seen what I can do.
Yeah, but only because you practically forced it on us.
I said I was sorry. Jeez.
We get how strong you are, but what about the spiritual power of wind? You don't have to go back and get it?
Not to worry. The shepherd takes those spiritual powers into his being. So there's nothing to worry about. Especially not with an able and handsome wind seraph like me.
All right then.
I won't let you down.
I'll see to it you don't.
I'm a little surprised. You're quite knowledgeable about spiritual powers and shepherds.
Well, I am a well-experienced grown-ass man after all. You know you can always count on me.
Somehow I'm not so sure that I can.
Zaveid's been around the block. This is his second Tales game.
I know this is real sudden, but there's something I want to ask y'all so I can fit in a little better. Tell me your weaknesses.
Why would we tell you something like that?
Hey now, that's cold, Mick boy. I'll tell you mine to make it fair. On days when the temperature is low, I get cold.
Yeah, because you don't wear any clothes.
Oh, I see how it is. You want something juicier? Let me tell you something. If a girl starts crying, there's nothing I won't do for her.
Didn't need to know that, thanks.
You guys are tough customers.
Didn't need to know that.
All
thing.
right, try this one on for size. I'm strong against earth, but weak against fire.
We knew that.
That's no good either. Well, then here's a juicy tidbit that'll rock your world. As far as I can tell, from the waist up, Lila is...
This isn't even about weaknesses anymore.
Looks like you're fitting in just fine, I'd say.
We done and done.
Hey, Zaveid. I want to ask you about something you mentioned.
Oh, Is this your response to my love confession?
Don't try and weasel your way out of this. You said there was something you had to settle with my brother.
That's all there is to it, really. There's just something between us we need to settle.
And that something is?
I told him, please, let me marry your little sister, and he punched me.
Don't lie.
Oh, come on, he'd totally
That
do
sounds
something
funny.
like that.
Fine. Don't tell me then.
No wonder he's worried about her all the time.
So what's this really about?
Did Edna's brother ask a favor from you or something like that?
Who wants to know?
Does it have something to do with the oath?
Nah, it's not that big of a deal. But even so, a promise between men is just as sacred.
Gosh dang, a lot of skits. We really need to get that Dezel train. I mean, not sorry. Well, yeah, the Dezel train has left the station, and the Zaveid train has pulled in. So, let's get used to Zaveid being around, alright? Let's see how he interacts with the whole crew.
It all might be too much for mere humans to bear.
I shouldn't have taken them along. Oh, it's so useless to say that now. They could have stayed home in their rooms if they didn't want to deal with it. They went out of their own accord.
Yeah, and I don't think either of them expect or want anyone to take responsibility for their being dragged into this.
Both of them seem so used to living with the Seraphim. Wonder if they were always like this.
Saray and I were raised together ever since we were just babies.
There was a time when you were a baby?
That's rude.
My bad, my bad. I'm sure you were a sweet, well-behaved little guy back in your day.
Too bad I'm not like that anymore, huh?
It's still going, by the way.
With their rich aroma and elegant sweetness,
That picture of
Maroon's
Saray and Rose
glacés are
sleeping, though, is the cutest
masterpieces
thing in the
with
world.
ingredients that come
Even
from the
better
bounty
than
of
eating
Earth.
the Mabo curry buns.
Indeed. It's a luxurious sweet that would be best savored at an afternoon tea party.
Darn right. Chicks dig classy stuff like that.
You sure seem to be knowledgeable about what goes on in a lady's mind, Zaveid.
Sweets are important because they hold the key to a lady's heart.
Maroon's glacés require the utmost delicacy and devotion to make. It's been said that an ancient king once sent them as a gift to his beloved queen.
Yep, with its touch of romance and sweet chestnuts, it's the perfect treat to get you some sweet, if you know what I mean.
Your pickup lines are about as smooth as sandpaper, and you wouldn't know what to do with marrons glacés in a million years. Get real.
Jeez, she's so rude. I was gonna say something else though about Zaveid. Oh, right. You just heard it. I thought I was crazy. I'm so glad I'm not. Earlier in the city when we were talking to everybody, and when we were fighting Zaveid, you had to hear one line, one time between all that conversation. Suri said Zaveid. And I'm like, so which is it? Why is he the only character who switches the Zaveid pronunciation between Zaveid and Zaveid? And if it were up to me, I'd say that Zaveid is his official pronunciation, but everyone else just calls him Zaveid.
You know, there's something I've been wondering.
Yeah, what?
You're an Earth Seraph, right? So why do you use an umbrella for a weapon? Isn't that more like a water element?
I guess I can tell you. Ready to have your mind blown? I'm using it precisely because I'm an Earth Seraph.
Huh?
You know about the dominant relationships among the elements. Earth, water, fire, and wind, right? Earth is stronger than water. Meaning that especially when using seraphic arts, you can increase your mana output by using the subordinate element as a catalyst.
What?
Just to let you know, Lila has been using wind-imbued paper, and Dezel's pendulum has been using earth and minerals as their catalysts. The staff that you've been using is fundamentally an earth element. You'd have to be a complete idiot for using something like that as a water seraph, is what I'd like to say, but I'll hold back.
But you did just say it!
Well, if you've been using it as a way to train yourself, or a way to incorporate physical attacks on top of seraphic arts, then you're not doing it completely wrong at least. The longer you live, the easier it is for you to choose to do what takes the least amount of effort. But if you really aren't satisfied and want to grow stronger, then you're just going to have to do things the hard way if you want to go beyond whatever ability you were born with.
Huh.
Anyways, you've been using your staff without knowing what it's for. Good job, dummy.
Oh my gosh, I fucking love that. I actually think that's a really cool little lore bit. Like, when I first saw that skit, I was like, ah! So because Earth is strong against water, using a water-imbued weapon or means of summoning arts and magic and controlling your powers enhances your powers in turn because you're strong against water. So it's like easier to use your moves through it. So Earth Seraph Edna with a water umbrella, Fire Seraph Lila with paper, with wind paper, and then Wind Seraph Dezel with Earth umbrella.
All those Hellions sure looked alike.
They all looked the same to you? Each Hellion carries the burden
And
of
then,
their
of course,
own unique life with them.
Maybe they all look the same to me because I haven't trained enough?
Well, I can see why we'd all look alike to them at least.
Hey now!
Rose, where did you come from? Good job, dummy. So realistically, Mikleo should be using some sort of fire-based weapon, or a weapon of fire state, if he wanted to use a better, to cast his seraphic arts easier, as opposed to an earth-based staff. What would a fire-based weapon count as? Your guess is as good as mine. Like paper, wind makes sense. Pendulum, earth makes sense. An umbrella, flame makes sense.
I showed them!
And let's bring Zaveid into this party, huh? And see how he fights. By the way, he fights exactly like Dezel. Because they have the same techniques, obviously. So Zaveid adopts all of Dezel's abilities, his entire moveset. They both fight using pendulums, what do you expect? And this was back in the day when that's how games were, you know? If you're gonna kill off a character in a story, which games don't do anymore, which is kind of dumb, they have to replace him with a character that can perfectly fill that slot. So back in Tales of Symphonia, when you lost access to Kratos in game Zelos played pretty much exactly like Kratos. I think there was like maybe one difference, and that's about it.
That's the end of that!
Zaveid. Oh, and check that out. Zaveid has 2 Mystic Arts. So that's why I wasn't... True. Fiora did have entirely different moveset. But look at this. So Zaveid actually gets 2... I'm not surprised that Dez only had 1 Mystic Art. And the reason was that he dies. So I was not surprised he only had 1. But Dazzle, I mean, Zaveid having 2 is a bit interesting. I wonder why that is. Well, I mean, he is the permanent one. It's not that. I'm more curious as to why Zaveid gets 2, but Rose only gets 1. Why does Rose only get 1 Mystic Art? This is gonna drive me nuts until someone answers me the damn question. For all I know, maybe you have to unlock it. Hey, Pete, no spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you.
Come on, Zaveid! Ready?
You're just gonna have to live for the next like 10 parts of this 10 streams. You're gonna have to live in fear of every time that Rose is on screen. Fear.
Come on, Zaveid! Ready?
We gotta be famous or something by now.
You would think. It's also interesting that they did not give Zaveid Brutality Drive from Dezel, and said he has his own Outlaw Barrage. But to be honest, Outlaw Barrage is pretty damn cool. I like it. I'm very, very bothered by Rose only having 1 Mystic. My only guess is that her second Mystic Art, if she has one, you have to do like a end game quest. I don't know. Or like an optional. That's probably my guess. I mean, once again, Alicia only had 1 Mystic Art, but that's because they got rid of her after like 2 hours of gameplay.
Shorty.
Being big is for losers. Big losers.
Do you want me to look it up? I don't want you to look up... well, I mean... Sure. I mean, what's the point? I'd rather know now than be in anticipation the entire game. So I guess just look up if Rose has a second Mystic Art. You don't need to tell me what it is or how to get it. I just want to know if it exists. Yeah, I just want to know if it exists. I don't think we're going to go for 4 hours because late. And also I want food. So, you know. So I really want Chinese, but I don't think I can get that. Because like the Chinese place we get from, which is super good, we need to drive over there to pick up. They don't do delivery. So... What? Rose has 3 Mystic Arts? This is the best day ever. Then why the fuck do I only have 1? I guess the other 2 do have to be unlocked. This is the best news ever. You know what? Rose is a fucking overachiever. Here everybody is like all flaunting their 2 Mystic Arts, and she's like, by the way, motherfuckers, I get 3. I just want to go on record right now. If anyone else ever makes Rose cry, I will fucking murder them.
Done. It's probably even edible.
Oh well, that's good to know.
It looks like Heldolf wasn't in Glavin.
Indeed. Were he near us, we'd surely have felt the strength of his domain.
I guess we'll have to search somewhere else.
But we'll need at least some clue as to where he is.
Agreed. I hate wasting my time.
Hiding such a large amount of malevolence shouldn't exactly be an easy task.
Malevolence, huh? I remember feeling an unusually strong level of malevolence before.
When was that?
Right after we fought earlier. It was when we were heading back to Pendrago from the Guinevere Shrine.
So, maybe southwest of Pendrago?
All right, let's check it out.
You guys really gonna go on such a shot in the dark?
Sounds like it's worth a look.
We've got nothing to lose.
If this ends up being a waste of time, I swear I'll stab you.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
We should totally do that. The thing is, I don't know when we will be able to do that. You know, like when they become available. Anyway, so he said Guinevere, right? Which one's that? Why did I drop so many frames? All of a sudden my drop frames jumped from 80 to 200. Granted, it's still only 0.1% of the stream, but that's strange. I don't know why that's happening. Which one was Guinevere? Egrin was fire. Guinevere was wind, and Morgause was earth. So he wants us to go to the wind one, right? How did that skit end? I had to go do something.
So then, now what do we do?
Southwest. Sounds like Pearl's pasture, or if not that, Aphreet's hunting ground maybe. Either way, we won't know until we get there. I actually know where it is already, so you don't have to worry about it. So the reason I couldn't go to the Earth Trial Shrine and do the dungeon over there that I wanted to do was because Heldolf was there. So, spoiler alert, Heldolf's over at the Earth Shrine. That's where we're going now.
Wasn't worried for a moment.
You may feel it!
That was pretty good, Shorty.
Being big is for losers. Big losers.
Jeez, Edna, tell us how you really feel. But you're totally right, Pete. We should call it the Rose Stream. Where we just make Rose all-powerful. Because she deserves her second Mystic Art and her third one. If anything, I'm guessing that she probably gets her second one. We could probably do that sometime in the middle of the game. And then her third one, we probably have to wait till, like, endgame or something to get it. Yeah. I figured that she would have gotten it now. You know, as a story trigger after we get Zaveid to join our party. But I guess not. To be honest, I don't think anything that happens next in the story is entirely... Actually, not true. There is one more moment in the story coming up that is completely crucial to Rose as a character. And that's it. Not to say that she doesn't get any more time in the rest of the story. Of course she does. I'm just saying that there's one area that's specifically about her. It's quite a ways down the road, though. Part of me is like, hey Pete, you know what? Maybe I should just look it up. I'll look up how to get her arts. So, cause like I don't want you to look at it, cause just in case I don't want you to read something you're not supposed to read. So I'll just take care of it. I'll do that after I end this stream. By the way, like I was about to say, like I know
Let's do some
I keep making the joke about, oh, I'm gonna make Pete draw all the Zestiria characters, because you're watching, like, you're pretty much watching the entire game. You've seen like 90% of the game so far, you know? Like, I'm gonna make him like these characters and he's gonna draw them. But I think the funnier thing is that the other day, it's not funny, but the other day I was just thinking, because I was looking through some of your old drawings, and I'm like, Pete hasn't drawn like Pyra in forever, or any Xenoblade Chronicles 2 people in forever. You should probably do that. I figured that's probably just because you've been so busy with commissions. But like, you know, if you ever get some free time to like draw whatever it is you want to draw, because you've been in a Fire Emblem mood. Even when you're not commissioning, you still draw Fire Emblem Heroes related stuff. I can't remember what the last Xenoblade thing you did. I think it was the Pocky Day thing. No, you did a thing for voting for least voting for ships. And the ship that won got a drawing, but you still decided to include the other two anyway, because of course. And it was the Melia Shulk thing. I think that was the last Xenoblade thing you drew. Oh, I remember. I was looking through your old comics on Reddit, because it's always fun. And I remember all the like Xenoblade cameos that you put in there. like Pyra hanging out and all that stuff.
Everyone okay?
My favorite one of those still has to be the Tempest Trial one, where you're preparing for Tempest Trial and you're lining up your team. You're like, Squad 1's ready, and Squad 2 is all distracted eating Pyra and Miss Rose cookies. That's my favorite one. I still think it's a little silly, Pete. I mean, not silly. Maybe a little silly. Not in a bad way, just silly. That you didn't upload the second part of the Fire Emblem Girls shopping trip to Reddit. Like, I mean, luckily you didn't call part 1, so as far as Reddit is concerned, that story was complete. But it's funny that you did a sequel to that, and yet you can't find it on Reddit. I don't know, I just thought that was funny.
Don't overdo it, Rose.
Gonna feel the burn.
Alright, Pyra was the clerk, I think, that they went to the store to talk to.
We gotta be famous or something by now.
That was a good drawing. Yeah, you also haven't drawn Penta, Senti, or Shula in a while. But I guess once again, that's just because you've been so busy with commissions and Fire Emblem Heroes. Not really surprised. Cause like they just keep adding more characters and stuff to Fire Emblem Heroes. So it's like, oh my gosh, I like this one too. I need to draw him. You know, that's how fan artists are. Like fan artists see a character and it's like immediately like they're gonna draw them like 50 million times. Happens with everything.
Hang on, everyone!
I can get changed without making a sound.
Yeah, Penta and Senti are pretty great. Damn it. I mean, to be fair, I've neglected my entire Zen universe. So, pot, kettle, you know how that goes. I was really into it while I was playing Soul Calibur 6. Then I stopped playing Soul Calibur 6,
Nice job, Nick Leo.
and I kind of lost interest. Not lost interest, but I just kind of lost drive and passion for it. I still have like part of the Janix story written out though. It exists, and I still know how her story is gonna go. Quite a bit. I got a lot of like Janix's story
Gotcha,
planned out.
Gold.
I just haven't written it. And like the more I think about it though, as much as I want to write and finish and share Janix's story, because I know that's the thing most people will relate to because they know her the most. Granted, they don't know this version of Janix, but they know of Janix. It's wrong to introduce the Zen universe. Uh-oh.
This domain, it's so strong.
Heldolf is here. There's no mistaking it.
The final showdown, huh?
Rose knows it. This is it, Pete. The end of the game. Spoiler alert, by the way. Did you know this is where the game ends? This is where the game ends. But I really haven't hit up Zen enough. I wish I did. That's a lot of air quotes. No, but this is totally where the game ends. I'm not even joking you, man. Final battle's coming up. See, I think introducing the universe of Zen in a story that has nothing to do with Zen is probably a bad idea. So I'm probably gonna change speed and work on.
That's the end of that.
Sorry, yawn came out of nowhere. Work on Cruce's story. I'm gonna do Cruce's story, Janie's story, Orion's story, Maya's story, and then Ricard's story. And then once they're all done, I'll go to Argon's story, Baihu, Cecil, Dex, Ian, Forco, Gaia, Helena, Ivan, Lexer, Nace, Pyra, or Pyrrha, Keltar, Sayako, Hector, Ulysses, Vera, Wilhelm, Zosmo,
All those hellions
Johann,
sure looked alike.
and then Zoe, and then ended up with Zoe's story. I like that I have to think about it a bit, but it's the kind of thing that it gets you. You just gotta count the alphabet. Yeah. They're all listed out like in alphabetical order. Argon, Bailu, Cecil, Dex, Ian, Forco, Gaia, Helena, Ivan, Janie,
My
Cruz,
instincts tell me that there's treasures nearby.
Lexer, Maya, Nace, Orion, Pyra,
Is that an
Keltar,
herb?
Ricard, Psychotector, Ulysses, Vera, Wilhelm, Zosmal, Johann, Zoe. There you go. That's the alphabet. That's my ABCs. It gets harder when you put into consideration the former Alpha Knights like Arrow, Radon, Neon, Dirk, Cassius, O'Neill, Saya.
Well, that's a wrap.
Yeah, little Pyra. Like, I still think that drawing you drew of Pyra and Cruz hanging out is really cute. Even if you meant to draw her with her actual brother, who is Ian. Like, it's funny, but in a good way. Like, I'm not, you know.
Enemy spotted.
Pyra's happy-go-lucky, she's cute, so it doesn't matter. She'll hang out with anyone. And her brother is a little, he keeps to himself. He's a nice man. He's definitely the chattier of the two of them.
Be sure to let me know if there's treasure.
By the way, there he is. See Heldolf? We're gonna fight him now. Let's do this. We're gonna win.
Heldolf!
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, he's freaky strong.
Demise.
This won't go like last time.
I certainly hope that it won't.
What do you mean?
Do you think it's coincidence that you've encountered Hellion's domains at every turn?
So what? This was all you're doing? Is that what you want to say?
Is this your idea of being merciful?
You know, he used to be a general. There's no telling what he's really plotting.
Is he trying to negotiate?
Be on your guard, Saray.
Yeah, he's capable of anything.
So, how are we supposed to find out if this guy really did bind with Mautellus?
We'll just have to fight him head on.
You got a death wish?
If not that, then what?
Tell me something, Heldolf. Are you?
Stop it, Ganondorf.
What's so damn funny?
You talk far too much. I am the Lord of Calamity, and thou art the Shepherd. The meeting of the two is by definition conflict. Do you not agree?
So what you're saying is I'm Blade and you're Callus.
Here he comes, everyone!
That's a Kamen Rider joke right there that no one else is gonna get but me.
I won't be pushed over that easily!
He's level 80. He's level 80.
Ready? Render darkness! Rise and raise!
totally how we're gonna win this fight, right?
We're definitely outclassed, but
Bolt, stand back!
It's hard to believe you're the same rosy-cheeked youth as before.
We're making progress, but I got a bad feeling about this.
Wonder of wonders. I agree with you.
Nah, no need to insult the man. He acknowledges that it didn't make much sense.
You like that?
Are you happy?
huh?
Keep fighting like this, and you'll strike me down. Can't you feel it? Is that not what you truly wish inside?
What are you saying?
You yearn for it. You crave it. Would you drown in this fountain of ecstasy you have created?
Lila, it's time to settle this.
What's wrong? Saray, if you finish this here, can you be absolutely sure you will not regret it later?
That's right. Did we really come all this way just to smack old Kitty Beard around? Or was there something else?
As you know, to quell the Lord of Calamity is the duty of the Shepherd. That is not in.
That's a double negative.
Is he challenging
He really
us?
is
Do it
evil.
if we can?
No.
The bastard's up to something.
Simone,
Yes.
dispose of them.
An illusory art!
Look out, everyone!
You're too late.
Hey, that's not cool. Those are my friends. Jerk off.
My, you're finally putting some effort into it. How long do you think your malevolence can isolate him?
For one of his strength, probably only about 10 minutes. I apologize.
It will do.
What have you done, Heldolf?
Get ready!
He's so freaking big. Like, it kind of brings to mind the Twilight Princess finale. Do you remember that? I don't know if you played Twilight Princess or finished it. But the ending when you're fighting Ganondorf is freaking amazing.
Don't tell me the tables have turned.
But like, I just love that fight because you can see Link and Ganondorf staring down each other. And like, Ganondorf is gigantic compared to Link.
Victory was close, yet now only anxiety and impending doom.
Saray! Don't let your emotions waver. He's...
Lila!
Still you interfere?
Molten Ball! Crimson Cross! Deathless Mioma! Lila, Heldolf is trying to manipulate me while I'm still missing the full picture. Is that what you're trying to say? At this rate, he's just going to keep needling me. I'm a plaything to him.
Saray, I understand!
You've got to help every...
You're not getting away.
Again? Is this the part where I can't use Lion's Howl?
Lion's Howl! How's
Oh,
this?
that didn't do anything?
We just have to find a weak point. Sonic Flurry!
It's an earth move.
Lions howl, you say.
Ready?
Don't make me laugh.
Ooh, there we go, our first villain, Mystic Art.
Do not resist.
No! I will never give up!
Do you not realize how warped it is to struggle so?
What?
Simone, release the squire.
At once.
This was like 3 boss fights in one. It just wouldn't end.
What on...
Prepare to see just what your resistance has earned you, Shepherd.
No!
And that was his fatal mistake, wasn't it, Lila? Beth Miss Mioma!
Rose doesn't flinch when in the face of anything, man.
Resist this, dumbass!
Haha.
Do you really plan to slay her? A seraph?
Killing is my business. Or did you forget?
Simone,
Very well, as you wish.
Ooh, what a dick bag.
Rose!
See, this stream has been nothing but bad things
toying
happening.
with you has lost its charm.
First we met her with Simone, then Dezel died, now
Shepherd Saray,
this guy's just
work
kicking our
under
ass.
me. Should we not bring this world back to the way it was, together?
What?
Walking a path alongside the Lord of Calamity can only lead to malevolence. Surely you...
And what is so strange about that? Malevolence will always be with us. It can only be dispelled by the scant few who hold the power of purification. Are you saying that's the way things should be?
Hellions only bring pain to humans and seraphim alike.
And so it is therefore natural to resist malevolence? Absurd. Shepherd Saray, I repeat once more, join me. For too long have the seraphim been forced to fight the malevolence. Too long have they been
This is
trained,
like the you say
toiling
yes
away
and then
at
like the
their
game
blessing.
ends and you get a bad
Let us
ending.
restore them to their rightful
But you
form
can't
as
actually do that.
Hellions.
I refuse.
Then let us finish our battle once and for all.
I refuse that as well. This is not the time.
So you say. But one day you will discover it for yourself. The true nature of humans and seraphim in this world.
He left and his domain went with him. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force. And yeah, you're right.
No mistake. That bearded menace is connected to Mautelis. When we were trapped by his malevolence, I felt a presence.
But there wasn't even a trace of Mautelis back then.
Think about it. What if you were convinced you couldn't see something, but it was right under your nose?
It's something we see all the time and yet never notice.
This?
The ground?
You mean the Hellion could be using the continent of Glenwood itself as a vessel?
Right. There's only one guy out there who'd be capable of pulling it off.
But if that's the case,
Even if all this is true, is it possible to purify the land itself? If Heldalf were the vessel, it would make a lot more sense. But if the Earth is the vessel, why would Mautelis also be connected to Heldalf?
Let's find Mautelis. If it's true that Heldalf is connected to Mautelis, who's become a Hellion using the Earth as a vessel, then so long as we don't purify Mautelis, we'll never be able to quell Heldalf.
but even with all the legends of Mautelis we've collected, there hasn't been a single clue as to his whereabouts.
We should search for Maven. Old Man Maven?
That's right. He was journeying to study the legends surrounding Mautelis as well.
We don't have a clue, but he just might.
Yeah, but how are we supposed to find him?
I have an inkling. Let's go meet with the ones who protect the ruin of Logren and see what they think.
Logren? That's the ruin in Zaveid Moor, right?
Yes.
Then it's been decided. Let's get packing, Meebo.
All right. Just stop that.
Hey, are you okay with this?
I trust him, though it is a gamble.
And there we are, back on the overworld, like nothing dramatic just happened. So yeah, that was our first fight with Mr. Kittybeard. What'd you think?
Make it quick.
Also, our first view at enemy mystic art. What'd you think about that too? Oh, you just got Nyla? That's awesome. I wish. Also, I still love looking at your chart of favorite Fire Emblem characters. The one you made of the like 20, like 30 different characters. Like, gosh dang, dude, you must have been insane to do that. It's really funny though. Like all the little tiny guys, they're just all so cute.
Do not underestimate me.
Oh, can I fight this thing? Let's do a quick save. But nice summon, that's freaking cool. Spider Queen, I think I should be able to. Fire and wind should be what my go-tos.
It's a mutant Hellion type of spider.
Well, it sure looks the part.
It has a very cunning personality, and as for its characteristics,
This is no time for babble. Let's go.
Where is it?
It's over! It's time! The storm is coming! With all my strength, I shall smite evil! Divine wrath!
Anyway, I hope you're excited because next stream we won't be doing it this stream because we still have a lot of ground to cover. But next stream we're going to be heading to Zaveid Moor, which is the desert rocky area I talked about a few times. It's one of the other locations in the game. So we're going to see a new map. We will no longer see the green pastures of Lake Haven, or the green pastures of Falkland, or the green pastures of Perlet, or the green pastures of the Meadow of Triumph. No, we will see the rocky outcroppings of Zaveid Moor. So I hope you're excited for that. The place is different, and navigating it is a lot more different than navigating any other place that we've been to so far. Form the sky. Zestiria.
Speed up in here.
This is for you.
I'm all tied up.
There's a barrier.
Yeah, desert, rocky, stone place. I don't know what to call it.
Let's keep it up! Here goes! This might be bad! Tiger Blade! Torrent Spear! Rose! Ready? Dragon Bang! Blade! Sonic Flurry! Wind Blade! This might be bad! Freezing Strike! Torrent Spear!
This thing's annoying. It keeps jumping.
Rose! Melting Hand! Blade Bang! Dragon Bang!
Oh, you got Yune too? You're a cheater.
Tiger Blade! You okay to me? Sword Rain!
I'm just kidding. That's cool.
Blade Bang! Dragon Bang! Flurry!
Yeah, we
Well,
did it!
that's that.
All together now. 1, 2.
So we're going now?
yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
what's
come
our
on,
cue?
guys.
Whoa. Chill out, man. She's so powerful and so small.
Shall we go? Oh?
Let's keep it up! Sword Flare! Rend the Darkness! Gale! Blade Bang! Flurry! Aqua Blade!
That was unexpectedly tough.
Well, I expected it.
You guys gonna fight? Ooh, a fight.
Gonna charge you admission if you watch.
I forgot. We have Zaveid now, which means we have access to Zaveid's amazing post-battle banter. Oh my gosh. Truly, this is the best day.
Don't get careless!
Orc groomer? What does it groom?
You want to know? They take care of horses and...
That'll do, thanks.
Let's keep it up! Hang on, everyone!
Ooh, fight? You guys gonna fight? He's such a child.
Looks like we win!
And Rose just like, yeah, totally. That's just the beginning, trust me. We got a lot more entertaining stuff to go through with Zaveid.
Dragon Bang! Sonic Flurry! It's over! Hang on, everyone! Ready? Wicked move! Yeah! Tiger Blade! Let's keep it up! Sword Rain!
Well, that's a wrap.
Well, actually, give me a second. I'll be right back. All right? Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back, and I have a story from work because it's an amazing story. So, not really that amazing. So I started today. I started work today with the absolute. It was the worst way to start work. So the first customer of the day came up to me and she brought me some stuff. I was like, hey, I'm buying this. I'm like, cool, I'll check you out. So I did everything. I checked all her stuff out. She was relatively happy, I guess. And as I hit OK and printed out her receipt and went to give it to her, she went, wait, I just remembered I have a $5 off coupon. Which, you know, it's like, I'm like, oh. And she's like, can we do anything with it? I'm like, no. You already paid me. Like, you already ran the card. The payment's already on the card. I'm holding the receipt. It's done. And she spent the next, like, 10 minutes while there was someone behind her in line waiting, trying to get me to do anything to undo what I just did. See if there was a way that she could maybe cancel her order and do it again so that she could apply the card. So her idea for how to do it was to just be like, well then, just here, I'll return all my items and buy them again, but apply the card this time. The thing about that is that when she returns the items and then I give them back to her, they're added back into the system, but then I take them out again, which means that she'll pay 0 because she already bought it, and she's exchanging her items for her items, so it'll be 0. and the discount card, I can put the code into the computer at any point, but the discount will not subtract if the subtotal is under 50, and her subtotal is 0. So it's not going to take $5 off of nothing. It's not going to apply. And I kept telling her all these things, and she said there's nothing I can do. And I'm like, no, there's nothing I can do. And the guy behind her is like, well, I'll take your coupon, you know, because, like, you'll use it. She's like, no, I'm not going to use it. Well, you can't use it. I'll use it. No, I'm not going to. Well, you won't be able to use it. Like, this guy's an asshole pointing at me. And then she just walked out of the store. He's like, you jerk, and then just left. And I'm like, all right, fuck you too. And then the guy behind the counter, the next who came along, was like, wow, wow. I mean, you probably have to deal with that a lot. I'm like, not on that level. Like, I've had some jerk customers, but I've never had some people straight up get so upset with me for not doing something that I can't do. I'm not allowed to do that. I don't know what her deal was. And then what's really funny is that the guy, I thought he couldn't get the coupon because he only had one item, but it was over his price. So I was like, oh, or pants, one or the other. It was either a hat or a pair of pants. But so like I just gave him the coupon.
Surely this is fake.
Anyway, I gave him $5 off. Thank you. And I'm like, that's awesome. He was a nice guy. Yeah, $18. I don't know. The really dumb thing too is that it's a $5 off coupon.
Keep your focus. Ready?
They're not. Never. Yeah, sorry. I got a little far away from the mic. But good gosh dang. That lady. And that was how the game, that was how today started. That was my first customer today. Oh man, what a bitch.
You act on instinct way too much.
Oh, yeah, my sister's day started with her waking up to go to work and then realizing she didn't have work. She was off today. Like, god damn, that's the best thing ever. Oh, you woke up early? Yeah, that does suck. But it's still awesome to be like, I'm gonna go work. Right, yeah. So I should have done this sooner, but I was like, I'll do it towards the end of the stream. So I ordered Chinese food, so I'm gonna go get some Chinese food because your fault, Pete. You got me feeling like Chinese. So we need to go pick it up. So I think this will be it for the stream. I originally wanted to do this dungeon and finish it, but I think we can wait. We can wait till tomorrow to knock out this dungeon and then continue the story. No, but thanks. I haven't had Chinese food in forever, so I'm super excited. If that sounds weird to be super excited for Chinese food, but I do want Chinese food. So no problem, dude. That we're gonna end the stream, and then tomorrow we will continue. We'll complete this dungeon, and then we'll go
Saray, you're definitely
somewhere else. What is the next step of the story again?
Shall we go?
Oh right, we need to find Maven so he can tell us about Nautilus. All right. So just so you know, this is the part of the story where it gets really boring. Not really boring, but just really what? Because like, if your story relies on the factoid that no one knew, like if the characters in a story in an RPG ever get to the point where like, so now what do we do? And then the character's like, well, I once heard this thing that was never mentioned before. Maybe we could do something with that. That's how you know your story is not doing too hot. You know, when someone needs to drop a casual, well, this thing happened once upon a time, so maybe we can do that. It's like, bad boys, bad. Just saying. So yeah, right up until now, our fight with Heldolf, that was great. Everything that happens now until the end is super by the numbers and super kind of dull. So I'll try my best to keep it entertaining, and maybe you'll find entertainment in it. Maybe you'll like it more than I did, in which case that's great. But I'll try to not just be totally bummed out the whole time. I'm sure maybe there's some nice nuggets here. And by the way, we still have to go back to Glaven, so there's still that to look forward to. So definitely look forward to that. So this is gonna be a very sudden stop, but I need to go get food. So big thanks, Pete, once again for hanging out so long. And I hope you're looking forward to it, because I'm gonna stream again tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. We're gonna kick this game's ass. I think it's safe to say we're either near or past the halfway point. But yeah, so, and we gotta get Rose's Mystic Arts. We gotta do that. So I'm gonna look into that and see when we can do it, because we're gonna do that shit. So, big thanks for watching. Thanks to anyone else who came in, any of the lurkers around, whatever's going on. We lost Dezel this stream, so took quite a blow. But we'll get better. We'll shape up. So, see y'all next time. Till then, hasta.